And this is where things get a little bit sad. This is where the bad news comes from. Or maybe it's good news, depending on how you look at it. For me, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. We're not staying in Thailand. We are going to be leaving. We're going to be going to...
The biggest question I got at the party and in the comment section from you guys below is, now that we've finished traveling the 77 province of Thailand, what next?
So while there's a little bit of a break between all of the noisy bugs in the trees, I tried to take you guys outside for a chat today, but very noisy, so apologies. The first stage, we are going to explore Phuket. A lot of people were like, oh, is that the only video? Is that the Phuket video? Where's the rest of Phuket? We're going to be exploring Phuket. The next level, the first level, is technically not finished yet because we are going to be exploring Phuket. I envision at least 3, maybe 4 or 5 videos about Phuket. I've already filmed one yesterday in Patong, and I've moved back to my favorite area of the island because I've been here about a week, in Rawai. I'll make a video about Rawai. We'll also check out the Old Town. Gary, the roaming cook, is flying in, I think, in a couple of days, and we'll make a video together too. We'll show you some of the best foods of Phuket. So there's plenty of Phuket videos because this island is massive, this island is popular, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I just showed you now, but you know, these kids here playing in the shallows. There's so many little beaches and coves, and there's actually a lot of local life. It's not what you think. It's not overrun with Russians and Chinese. It's actually really local. So yeah, stage 1 is we're going to be exploring Phuket starting the day after tomorrow with Patong. And then once we have officially ticked off Phuket and we can say that we've done it and we can say that we've explored it and I've shared it to you guys, I will be doing stage 2, which is going to be about a 2-week period where I will rest and reflect. I think it's really important that I do take at least 2 full weeks off. No Instagram, no responding to DMs, not really posting on YouTube. I think I might have some content for you as part of the whole reflecting thing. I'll explain in a second. But yeah, I definitely will be taking myself probably to Ao Nang in Krabi. Phuket's great, but it's a little bit too expensive for me. Just in terms of the food, the day-to-day food. Like, you go for lunch, it's 300 baht. You go for dinner, it's 500 baht. So I think I'm going to be going to Ao Nang, and I'll be doing some Muay Thai. I'll be doing lots of walking. So that might not sound like a lot of rest, but I will be taking lots of naps, early nights, early mornings, lots of walking, lots of exercise, being active, because that will actually make me really happy, and that will help me get more rested. Just to be active, but not running around on Dreamy. Just enjoying the beach, enjoying the sunsets, not having to capture them. Just resting. Ice cream truck. Actually, let's get an ice cream. See, even the ice cream, it said 20 baht and he'd scribbled it out and wrote 50 baht. That's Phuket for you. Coconut and black bean. Can you see the black beans? Interesting, right? Right. Delicious. There's so much to reflect on. And I just want to be able to just have a couple of weeks and just really think about everything and plan for the next adventure. And that's obviously coming up in a second with what's coming up in the channel. But I just need 2 weeks, I think, of just resting, working out, long walks, ebooks and audiobooks, and just paddy time. Just want to show you behind me. Can you see the guys parasailing, or is it paragliding? I'm not sure what it's called. You see them up there? Isn't that cool? I would love to do that. Maybe we'll do that in the Rawai video, although I probably need someone to help me do it. This is the Sony, by the way. The zoom is so slow. Stage 3, and this is where things get a little bit sad. This is where the bad news comes from. Stage 3 is Dreamy 2.0. Dreamy is not able to do another mammoth series. She would not be able to go up the Himalayas. She wouldn't be able to go up the coast of Vietnam. She would barely make it back to Bangkok, if I'm honest. It's just her age. She's just an old girl, and I can feel it. I can feel her. She's falling apart. And she's at 90, I think she's at 97,000 kilometers now, so she's almost maxed out. We've had 2 engine rebuilds on just this trip, and she was already an old girl. And as much as I love her, I'm excited to improve and upgrade and get a new bike. I will be buying a new bike. The bike will not only just be for me as my daily driver, but it will be the bike that we take hopefully into Series 3 or Series 4, because as I'll talk about in a minute, we're not going to be jumping straight into another big bike trip series. There's some, I'll explain more in stage 4, but we are going to be leveling up Dreamy. I'll give you a clue, okay? I'm not going to be getting a big, massive 500cc, 800cc touring bike. That would be jumping so many levels up. We're just going to be going up to Dreamy 2.0. I kind of already have a name for her, and I already kind of have my heart set on a model or two. I'm not going to tell you which models I'm looking at, because I'm actually trying to talk to the people who build them and sell them. I'm going to see if they can maybe work with me on a partnership. And yes, I've reached out to Honda and a couple of other brands, and maybe they'll be able to help me in some way. I'll buy it anyway, to be honest, but if they're willing to maybe help me, then it'll be good for the channel. Maybe we'll see. So I'm in the behind the scenes. That's what I'm kind of doing as well, working on Dreamy 2.0. You'll love her if I get the one I want, because she's so beautiful. Oh my god. And she's just, it's just Dreamy, but she's a younger, better looking, oh, she can probably hear me, I shouldn't say that, a better, newer motorcycle. Okay, she's looking at me. Okay. So just before we go on to stage 4 and 5 with some more exciting news about where we're going as a channel, next destinations and things like that. Speaking of leveling up Dreamy, it's time to level up yourself, because I want to say a big thank you to the sponsor of this video and one of my favorite sponsors, probably my favorite sponsor ever, Skillshare. If you find yourself currently kind of stuck in a rut, you're lacking inspiration, you need to kick up the arse, you need some spark, something new interest in your life. Maybe you want to learn a new skill completely from scratch, or build upon a skill that you've currently have but you haven't really practiced it much, and potentially maybe it could turn into a business or just something that will give you immense joy. Then there are so many classes, thousands of classes on Skillshare that you have to check out.
And the best part is the first 1,000 people to use the link or my code Paddy Doyle will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare and all of its library of classes.
And I actually have 3 of my own courses on the platform, which I think you might really enjoy, especially the ones on YouTube and thumbnail design. I have a course called Let's Build a Travel Channel on YouTube that stands out from the crowd. I also have another class called YouTube Thumbnail Masterclass using PicMonkey. So yes, those classes plus thousands of others available right now. So join me and everybody else on Skillshare and let's level up. Let's get out of that rut. Let's start getting new skills. And thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. And let's get on to the 4th stage. Stage 4 answers the question of where are we going next, Paddy? Sad news, we're not staying in Thailand. We are going to be leaving. We're going to be going to... That was for the intro, remember? No, I'll tell you where we're going, okay? I won't tell you exactly everything, because I've got about 2 trips planned, maybe 3, and a couple of them are a little bit, I don't know, I haven't fully decided on it. But we are going to be going, obviously, to Vietnam. Vietnam is such an incredible destination and it's best explored on a motorcycle. And once I get Dreamy 2.0 and once I'm able to actually cross the border from Thailand into Cambodia, we'll go to Cambodia as well, then we'll go into Vietnam and we'll do a big road trip. But currently you can fly into Cambodia, you can fly into Vietnam, but you cannot cross the land border at the minute. And I'm in liaison with a company that helps foreigners drive motorcycles across the world into other countries, and they've told me that things are looking good for July 1st. Now, is that a set date that will do it? No, but that gives me a couple of months, May and June, to do something else, to fill the channel with more adventure. And so instead of just sitting on my ass and doing nothing for 2 months, I'm going to take us abroad. I'm going to be taking us somewhere in Southeast Asia, and I haven't decided where. I'm thinking in the Philippines, I'm thinking Malaysia. I was thinking Sri Lanka, but they are having such a terrible time at the moment with the government and the power cuts, and it's just, it seems like it's a no-go for the minute, unfortunately, because I'd love to take you guys to Sri Lanka. I absolutely had the blast there, and we could buy a little bang-on motorbike and we could drive around the island, but unfortunately it just doesn't look like that's the case. Here's another clue of where I'm thinking. I'm not looking to do something on a motorcycle straight away. Yes, we'll do Vietnam on Dreamy 2.0, but I'm looking to do something active. That's why I'm going to be going to Ao Nang and doing lots of walking and Muay Thai and losing a little bit of weight and getting some fitness, because whatever we're going to be doing, It's going to be active. It's going to be involving trekking, climbing, walking, and some kind of adventure around being active. Because I don't want to get fat or any more fat than I already did doing this for a year. I put 10 kilos on, guys. I put 10 kilos of fat from pad kapow and drinking beer when I'm lonely every night in the hotel room and sitting on Dreamy for 26 or whatever thousand kilometers it was. I need to be moving. I need to be active. So what we'll do is maybe by the end of May, we'll go somewhere, we'll have a couple of months, 6 weeks somewhere, we'll have a big adventure, we'll try and grow the channel, we'll expand the audience. Some of you might drop off because you'll be like, oh, you're not in Thailand anymore, not interested. But that's okay. Hopefully some of you will stay with me and I'll entertain you and I'll teach you about a new country. But because it's a travel channel, and this is how travel channels grow, you have to travel other countries. Have a look at 2 passports. They've just gone to Vietnam. Have a look at Flora and Note. They're also in Vietnam. There's a bunch of other YouTubers that went to, Will and Jose went to the Philippines, and as you move around the world, you collect different audiences, and eventually, pre-COVID days, if you've traveled to 50 or 100 countries, you can have a legit huge channel. So we're not in a rush, but I am eager to get out of Thailand, spread my wings, get a change of scenery, mix it up, you know? I think I need it. And then we'll come back, we'll get Dreamy 2.0, and we'll hit Cambodia, we'll hit Vietnam, and we'll see where we can go. So stage 5, very important one for me, and definitely the most difficult, is trying to find that work-life balance. Because last year on Dreamy, it was all work. It was wake up, drive, film, have an adventure, and then the next day maybe edit, or in the morning edit, and repeat, 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 repeat. A lot of the people at the party said, how did you do it? How did you make so many videos? And how did you just keep going? And my answer was there was nothing else to do. There really wasn't anything else to do. I was locked in Thailand, basically, on this big road trip. And, you know, when you get to Chayapum and you go to the waterfall and then you come back and you see the temple and you eat some noodles, and then you've done the 3 or 4 things there is to see in that particular town, you go to bed, you crack open a beer and you go to bed. And then next day you wake up and you just move to the next town, because there's not a lot to do in these smaller towns in the provinces other than the really beautiful things that there is to see and do. Once you've seen them, it's time to move. So I just kept moving, kept making videos, and we're at 190 uploads. So really, I was just working like a madman, and I took a couple of weeks off here and I took a week off there, but I was just, even on my weeks off, I was still working. You know, when I was doing my week off at Christmas, I still made a video or 2. You're always on Instagram, you're always writing back to people's questions, you're always answering emails, you're always doing stuff. And so year 2, or the next chapter of this channel, I've really got to find a balance where I can go and work and then I can come back and have a life. And so it doesn't mean I just want to, you know, go work for 2 weeks and take 2 weeks off, you know, that would be ridiculous. But I'd like to go do 6 weeks in a country, 7 weeks in a country, come back to Thailand with a lot of the editing to do, and then come back and have a little bit of an office and get a gym membership and have a home, maybe like get an actual apartment that I'm paying monthly rent to, and just like, you know, have possessions. I live out of a backpack and I live on Dreamy, you know. People are always saying like, where's your stuff? I'm like, this is my stuff, my camera, this broken tripod, that little motorbike, that's my life. And so it would be nice to have things like a second pair of shoes, 2 pairs of jeans, a jacket, a picture on the wall, a selection of toothbrushes, you know. I don't have to use that one, I can use that one today. These are the things that I would like to set up as my work-life balance. I want to be able to find that, okay, go work, have an adventure, make loads of videos, get the footage, come back and edit the rest. I'll still upload on the road, but I definitely want to find an opportunity to put the camera down, to not edit in the evenings, to maybe go out and socialize, because now that COVID's kind of disappearing, traveling is going to be way more social than it was for me on this trip anyway. And instead of being in the hotel or the dorm editing a video ready for the next day, I can just put it down and film more and take the footage home with me, which I hope to be Thailand. That's the plan anyway, trying to find that work balance. That won't happen perfectly, and it definitely won't happen straight away. And I've been speaking to a lot of other YouTubers. I've been speaking to my friend Nick, the Indigo Traveler, huge big channel, and he's got it down. He's got really good advice about how to separate your YouTube channel from your personal life and find that work balance. Also been speaking to the Travel Beans, good friends of mine, and a bunch of other guys that have been doing YouTube for a lot longer full-time than me, because I said to them, wow, look, he's coming into land. Ho, how cool is that? So yeah, I've got to find the work balance. I've got to be able to go out and do stuff like this, you know, flying a parachute around and having adventures for the channel. There he is, James Bond, landing on the beach. And I've also got to be able to not go mad, because I did go a little bit mad, especially in ISAN. So yeah, that's the 5-stage plan. What do you think? So going back in order, explore Phuket, relax. We're going to be seeing lots of Phuket. You've seen just a little snippet in this video, how beautiful it really is. Number 2, we're going to be resting and reflecting. Whilst I'm resting, I'll also do best of videos. I'll be based in Ao Nang, so come and say hi. Come for a run on the beach or something. Please don't tempt me for drinking beer and going for curries, because I'm trying to lose weight. Then we're going to upgrade Dreamy. Okay, she's going to get retired. We're going to get a new one, Dreamy 2.0. Then we're going to take the channel abroad. We're going to have an adventure for about 6 weeks somewhere in Southeast Asia to fill time before we can go on a big trip to Cambodia and Vietnam. And finally, before this noisy car advertising the boxing ruins everything, we're going to try and find that work-life balance. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring. Please use the link. Get a free month of just infinite knowledge on anything you want and learn some skills. Okay, see you in the next one. Very soon. Patong.